More news about the Arizona ballot audit this week that at this point is more than 3 weeks past due. Let's not forget the original final report from Cyber Ninjas was due to the Arizona government on August 23rd, but they said we can't do that because we've got COVID. Okay, well, you seem healthy and fine now. Where the hell's the report? Well, may not matter. We all know that nothing's going to come from the report, but big news did happen this week with the ballot audit. In the state of Arizona, the Arizona Supreme Court ruled in favor of independent watchdog agencies to have the right to get their hands on all of the documents related to this ballot audit. Now, if you'll recall, a couple weeks ago, a lower court in the state of Arizona already made that ruling. But the Arizona Republicans in the Senate were furious about that, said, we're going to appeal, we're taking it to the Arizona Supreme Court. And the Arizona Supreme Court said, yeah, no, you're going to turn over the documents. Like, you don't have a choice. You've contracted this group to do official government business, auditing an election, which is something typically only the government can do. And therefore, by extension, Cyber Ninjas is acting as the government right now, and therefore they are subject to the state's open records laws, which means stop hiding this stuff and turn it over to these organizations. That's a big deal because, again, Republicans have been trying to hide this for months now. They don't want anybody to know. They don't want anybody to have access to the internal communications. And that right there is the biggest red flag you could ever imagine. So why? Why hide it? Well, from what we know from some of the communications that have been released, this thing is basically at least being staffed with people who aren't quite all there. One woman, and I talked about this in a previous video, thought that there were going to be fire-throwing clowns coming in to disrupt the ballot audit. She also wanted snipers up on the roof and thought a basketball bus hauling a basketball team was somehow secretly Antifa. So yeah, not exactly the brightest bulbs in the bunch running this thing, or at least working for it. So, there's probably more things like that, like more just absolute crazy talk from people involved with the audit itself. Also, another thing that we need to get to the bottom of is who the hell is funding this? Now, there have been plenty of reports that outside, Trump donors were funneling money into the state of Arizona in order to pay for this ballot audit, because the Senate had only allocated, I think it was actually less than $1 million to even conduct the ballot audit. And this thing so far is costing millions. And they haven't given more money. They can't just, write a blank check. That's things you have to vote on, and we would know if they had, and they haven't. So the money's coming from somewhere else. So that's a big question. Where the hell's the money coming from? Well, the internal documents would let us know that. This whole thing is ridiculous, and I can't help but laugh when I talk about it because it is so stupid, right? We know that if they had something to report, they would have slowly been doing press conferences, been doing controlled leaks. They would have been doing something to let us know that they had found something. So far, every time they've tried to announce like, oh, we think we have 10,000 ballots that are fraudulent, it immediately gets debunked and they have to come back out and be like, oh yeah, sorry, no, they're totally actually normal. We were wrong, sorry. There's nothing. That's why they're so late on this report. And then on September 1st, it was revealed, which that was the new date they were given to release the report. They revealed like, yeah, we haven't even started the report yet. Sorry, we were sick. We couldn't do it. This is unacceptable. And the voters in Arizona are getting angry about this. Even Republicans are like, okay, this is starting to get absolutely ridiculous. This thing has been going on since April. We're in month 5. We're in month 5. And we have nothing to show for it in Arizona? Come on, Cyber Ninjas. You guys are starting to look foolish. And if you want to get contracts around the rest of the country to do this in other states like Georgia and Wisconsin, you might want to try coming up with something, or hell, at the very least, finish the report that was due 3 weeks ago. Otherwise, You can probably kiss all those wonderful contracts that you might be able to get goodbye.